Welcome back. You're watching The Money Show with me, Kavita Thapliyal. Now, there are plethora of funds available in the market to invest your hard-earned money in, but how do you assess which is the right fund for your portfolio? What are the criteria based on which you should look at a mutual fund? Now, to help you navigate through this maze, today I have with me Amol Joshi, founder Plan Rupee Investment Services. And just in case you want to send across your questions, you can do that on our WhatsApp number, which is 8657974571. You can also email us your questions on themoneyshow@etnow.tv. So, hi Amol, and good evening. Welcome to the Money Show. And let's begin with our first viewer. Okay, so we have Mr. Bhaskar's question via email, and he wants to understand that with NAVs hitting high, should he be doing an SIP in a mutual fund? And should he be opting for a fund that has a low NAV? A lot of time investors are confused whether if the fund has a very high NAV or the NAV is going up, maybe they might not earn returns. But let's just elaborate more on this question, because it's a very relevant question and confusing as well for investors a lot of time, because no matter they have to look at returns, but they also get confused with the NAVs going up and going down. What's the connection, or is there a connection between your fund's NAV and the return that you're seeing in your fund?
Sure, Kavita. Good evening. As you rightly said, we keep getting, after all these years of mutual funds SIA and mutual funds being a common investment vehicle for last several years, we still keep getting this question. Now, whether I should buy a fund with a high NAV or low NAV, this question is another version, just another version of something that we have heard in the past as well. And what we have heard is whether a fund with NAV of 10 rupees, typically during the NFO time, whether it is a good buy because it is going at a par value of 10 rupees. Now, both these questions, the simplest answer is NAV, today's NAV in rupee terms, be it 10 rupees, 150 rupees or 300 rupees, it has no bearing on your future returns. See, the simplest point to elaborate or explain this is if a fund is coming as NFO today, obviously the starting NAV will be 10 rupees. But if a fund that is in existence for last 5 years, last 10 years, that fund has already delivered returns over last 5 years and 10 years, and NAV will obviously be on the higher side. Now, that is where people ask if the NAV is on higher side. But please understand that today, whatever the old fund, the shares that are evaluated for calculation of the NAV, the evaluation is at today's price, and your new NFO also will be evaluated, or the shares will be purchased or evaluated for NAV declaration at today's price. So long story short, NAV being high or low has no relationship with future returns that you will have. What matters is which scheme you choose based on your investment horizon, which scheme choose based on your risk appetite, and what kind of asset allocation you have. That will make you reach your financial goals, but not your starting NAV of the scheme that you choose.
All right, let's quickly take another question. I have Mr. Suresh Babu from Hyderabad on the phone line with me. Hi, good evening, sir. How are you doing today?
Yeah, good evening, ma'am. I'm fine.
Thank you so much for sending us your question. I believe you want to understand if you can add a sectoral fund in your portfolio, and I'm assuming that you are well diversified across market cap, which is large, mid, and small cap.
Yes.
Okay, and the time horizon for a sectoral fund is 3 to 5 years.
Doesn't matter if it is more than that.
Okay, perfect. Let's get your query answered. So, Amol, I don't have much of time, but then he's also a senior citizen, Amol. Do you think he should be diversifying towards a sectoral fund? He seems to be well diversified.
Yeah, sure. Kavita, quick answer over here is, as a senior citizen, also since you are adequately diversified across not just large caps, but mid cap, small cap, flexi cap as well, I would suggest you not to venture into sectoral or thematic funds. If I had to again summarize all of this into one line, if you have to ask whether I should buy sector funds or not, you should not.
All right, so that's a one-line answer for you, Mr. Suresh Babu, and I hope that gets your question also answered. Amol, with that, it's a wrap on the show today. Thank you so much for joining in and helping our viewers with their financial portfolio queries. I'm going to leave our viewers with our WhatsApp number and email ID, because this is the only show where we answer your mutual fund portfolio queries live through our experts. So do send us on our WhatsApp or email ID. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.